happen if the Earth's core freezes? Today we're going to delve into the heart of our planet, the core, and explore its significance. The Earth's core is a fascinating place. Imagine a ball of iron and nickel, roughly the size of Mars, sitting at the center of our planet. That's the core. It's divided into two sections: the solid inner core and the liquid outer core. The inner core is a sphere of solid iron and nickel, while the outer core, although composed of the same materials, is molten. Now, the core isn't just sitting there doing nothing. It's working tirelessly, day in and day out, to keep our planet safe. You see, the Earth's core is the driving force behind our planet's magnetic field. This magnetic field is like an invisible shield that protects us from the sun's harmful solar radiation. Without it, life as we know it would be impossible. Here's how it works. The outer core, with its molten iron and nickel, is constantly in motion. This movement generates electric currents, which in turn create our planet's magnetic field. The inner core, despite being solid, also plays a part. Its slow rotation helps maintain the magnetic field's stability. So, the core does a lot more than just sit at the center of the Earth. It's like the heart of our planet, pumping out a magnetic field that keeps us safe from solar radiation. It's also responsible for the Earth's rotation, which gives us our 24-hour days and our seasons. But what happens if the core freezes? Well, the results could be catastrophic. Without the core's heat and movement, the magnetic field would weaken and eventually disappear. This would leave us exposed to the full force of the sun's solar radiation. So now we know the essential role of our planet's core. But what if it freezes? Imagine a scenario where our planet's core freezes completely. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? But let's delve into this frosty hypothetical. The core of our Earth is like a giant dynamo spinning and creating the magnetic field that wraps around our planet. This magnetic field acts as a protective shield, deflecting harmful solar radiation. Now, if the core were to freeze, this dynamo would grind to a halt. The magnetic field would weaken, and our protective shield would start to falter. Imagine standing outside on a sunny day. Now imagine that same day, but with a dose of intense solar radiation. Not so pleasant, right? This increased exposure to solar radiation could have severe consequences for all life on Earth. But that's not all. The freezing of the Earth's core could also impact our planet's rotation. Currently, the molten core creates a smooth, steady rotation. However, a frozen core could cause this rotation to become erratic, leading to extreme shifts in climate and possibly even triggering earthquakes or volcanic activity. The Earth's core also plays a crucial role in maintaining our planet's temperature. A frozen core would result in a drop in temperature, plunging the Earth into a perpetual winter. Imagine a world where the summer sun is just a distant memory, and the biting cold is an everyday reality. Furthermore, the freezing of the Earth's core could affect the atmospheric pressure, making it difficult for us to breathe. It could also impact the gravitational pull, meaning we could weigh more or less depending on the severity of the freeze. These are just a few of the potential consequences of a frozen core. It's a stark reminder of how vital the core is to our planet's well-being and our survival. A frozen core could lead to catastrophic changes, making Earth a harsh place for life as we know it. So let's appreciate the warmth and protection our planet's core provides. After all, it's quite literally at the heart of our existence. What would life look like if Earth's core freezes? Let's dive into this fascinating and somewhat chilling concept. Life, as we know it, has always thrived in the warmth, from the tropical rainforests to the arid deserts. But what happens when the world's thermostat takes a nosedive? The freezing of Earth's core would have profound effects on our climate. The Earth's magnetic field would weaken, allowing solar radiation to strip away our atmosphere. This could lead to a global drop in temperatures, transforming our blue planet into a frozen wasteland. The chilling climate would not be the only challenge. A frozen core could also disrupt the tectonic activities that shape our planet. Mountains might stop growing, volcanoes could cease their fiery eruptions, and earthquakes might become a thing of the past. The very face of the Earth would be frozen in time. But could life still hold on in these icy conditions? It's a tough question. The mass extinction of many species would be almost inevitable, as most life forms are adapted to current conditions and could not survive in such a frozen world. From the smallest microorganisms to the largest mammals, life as we know it would face a serious struggle. Yet life has a knack for persisting against all odds. Deep in the Earth's oceans, around hydrothermal vents, life thrives in extreme conditions. These organisms, known as extremophiles, have adapted to live without sunlight in extreme heat, or, in this case, they could potentially adapt to extreme cold. Such a drastic change in Earth's conditions could lead to a new era of evolution, with life forms adapting to survive in a frozen world. Despite the harsh conditions, the potential for life to exist, adapt, and even thrive in such a scenario is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of life. Yet, it is a stark reminder of the delicate balance that allows life to flourish on our planet. Life as we know it could be drastically different, or even non-existent, on a planet with a frozen core. But what if the core unfreezes? Picture this. Our Earth, frozen solid to its core, suddenly begins to thaw. The previously icy core starts to heat up and a chain of complex geological events kicks off. This isn't a simple process, much like defrosting your dinner. It's a violent, tumultuous, and lengthy journey that could span over millions of years. As the core reheats, the first thing we'd notice would be the return of the Earth's magnetic field. This shield, which protects us from deadly solar radiation, would gradually regain its strength. Once again, our compasses would point north, and our GPS systems would start working accurately. But the resurgence of the magnetic field would be just the beginning. The unfreezing core would also rekindle the Earth's tectonic activity. The previously silent and still continents would start to move again. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and mountain building would become part of our world once more. This sudden geological upheaval might seem terrifying, but it's also a sign of life returning to normalcy. As tectonic activity stirs up the ocean floors, it would release carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. This might sound alarming, given our current concerns about global warming. However, in a frozen world, this could be a lifeline. The carbon dioxide would create a greenhouse effect, trapping heat and gradually warming the planet. Life conditions would start to change too. As the Earth warms up, the ice would begin to melt, and the seas would once again fill with water. The frozen barren lands would thaw and the seeds of life could take root again. It would be a long process, but eventually we might see a return to a more familiar climate, one that is more conducive to life as we know it. The unfreezing of the Earth's core could potentially restore the planet to its current state, but the journey there would be tumultuous. However, it is this tumultuous journey that would reshape our world, breathing life back into a frozen planet and giving us a chance to start afresh. So, we've taken a deep dive into the heart of our planet and explored a chilling possibility. We began our journey unraveling the enigma that is the Earth's core. This fiery furnace, a swirling cauldron of molten iron and nickel, is not just the physical heart of our planet, but also the lifeblood of our existence. It creates the magnetic field that protects us from deadly solar radiation. It's the engine that drives plate tectonics, shaping and reshaping our continents. It's the thermostat that regulates our planet's temperature. In essence, it's the core of the matter. Then we ventured into the realm of the hypothetical, embarking on a chilling journey to a frozen world. We envisioned a scenario where the Earth's core cools down and freezes over. This big freeze would have profound implications, from a collapse of the magnetic field to a drastic drop in temperatures. The Earth would become a barren, icy wasteland, almost uninhabitable for most life forms as we know them. But we didn't stop there. We pondered on the resilience of life and how it might adapt to such harsh conditions. Life, as they say, always finds a way. From extremophiles thriving in the harshest environments to potential evolution of complex life forms, the frozen planet scenario might not mean the end of life, but a new beginning. Finally, we considered the possibility of the unfreeze, a planetary kickstart, if you will, to reboot the core and bring our world back to its fiery glory. This could be through natural processes, or perhaps human intervention. A fascinating thought experiment, to say the least. Next time you feel the solid ground beneath your feet, remember, it's the fiery heart of our planet that keeps our world spinning and life thriving. The thought of a frozen core? Now that's a cold thought indeed.